this is I think 17.5. This is 17.5 is what I'll call this one. Because our next session is 18. Last one was 17. This is 17.5. So, as you guys are standing around, kind of discussing what you want to do in terms of Mr. Witch, trying to figure out what is the best plan of action, out of nowhere, you know, Jimmy Carter's in front of you. You've been enjoying this cat. Jimmy Carter sneezes. Just full-blown, cutest little achoo you've ever heard. And the ground gives out beneath you. Absolutely. Like, you know when you're sleeping and, like, you suddenly feel like you're falling?
Yep.
And you wake up because, fuck, I'm falling? You're not waking up from this. You literally, ground is gone and you just drop. And you are free falling. Absolutely free falling, tumbling through the air, and you could swear you see a rainbow before you black out completely.
Oh.
And
Oh.
let's see if this will load. Oh wait, I don't have a camera. Haha, that's why it's not loading for the camera. We're just gonna ignore the little fairy in the corner. That is gonna go stand by Belmourn, because that's how I get that in the shot. So, the last thing you see before you kind of like, essentially, you know, black out is, you know, a rainbow, and as you kind of come to just a little bit, you are in this just spacious void of stars and dust and just swirling galaxy. A very familiar face is before you.
Oh, I'd be very thrilled about everything that I'm seeing until there is a very familiar face. Hello.
Bear with me, this is my first time being anybody's patron, so cut me a little slack. But he's gonna kind of look down at you and go, "Well, hello there, Belmourn. Nice of you to drop in."
I'm not sure I had the opportunity to decide otherwise, but nice
No,
to see you.
yes, it's very, very nice to see you. So, the Lich is alive.
In a matter of speaking, it seems so.
I mean, I could have certainly told you that. Oh, but
I
that's
mean, you could have.
Yes, well, you don't really call on me nowadays.
We
But,
have our moments.
we do, and we get along, which is why you're still alive.
I thought it was just because I was doing such a good job.
You do, my dear. You do. Which is why I wanted to call you in on this conversation. You're finding some interesting things with these friends of yours, aren't you?
Unexpectedly, yes.
This Zybilna. She owns the domain.
Ooh.
And your friends are seeking her then, it seems.
It seems.
And he's gonna kind of look at his hands, kind of. You've been stuck with him long enough that you kind of know he's being a little coy. I'm not gonna make you roll on that, but do you have intentions of staying?
At this carnival or with these friends?
this little quest with these friends?
Well, I would certainly like to be able to help where I can, but I would also definitely like to get back to my overall concern as well. But they seem to have a lot going on, and for all I know, things may tie into each other. Blue did mention a solid black tabaxi, and that seems to be the current friend of our friend. So maybe it'll all work out.
Well, to me, your friend is small potatoes compared to a living, breathing goddess that owns her own domain. Well, living. We're not sure. Why don't you stay with these friends, Belmourn? I want to, learn more about this place that they're looking for.
I see. Is there any chance I could get a clue about what it is you're hoping to learn? Maybe I could take some notes?
He's gonna kind of. She's doing this. I don't know what it's called. Windmilling his arms.
Doing a little sway of thought.
Little swagger. He's circling you. I just don't want to move this massive token because I also have you blocked off because he's not allowing you to move, by the way, in case you wanted to try to move. You're actually just like kind of stuck and kind of floating. But I don't want to move that whole token around you. So he is kind of moving around you, and you're kind of moving, like your body turns to keep facing him. As if
I'm tidally locked. Cool.
just like, oh shit. But he kind of windmills. I mean, the creation of one's domain, it's just rather fascinating. And on who this Zybilna really is. Where her power comes from. A good thing for you to take notes on.
I can certainly do that. That does sound very intriguing.
Yes. And, you know, how this carnival works in that relation to that, I think could be very opportune.
Belmour's just gonna sort of nod and look around in thought a little bit, like, yeah, the place is a little weird.
Yes, exactly. So, maybe you can find that information for me and you can continue to do favors.
It does sound mutually beneficial after all. I'm very okay with this.
Good. Now, what did your friend say this domain was called again?
The carnival?
No, the domain they're trying to get into.
I'll be honest, I don't recall. It's only been just a moment. I haven't been here long. I've been a little preoccupied with some other things.
Give me a history to see if you can recall, because they did mention it to you.
I'm sure they did. And he doesn't remember. That is an 8.
You think it's prism something.
Prism something gestures towards rainbows.
Hold on, hold on. Do you mean Prismere?
That might be it.
While you're looking for information on this Zybilna, be cautious. There's a woman known as Iggyvild, who was last seen in a Feywild area. Some rumors say that she took refuge and hid in this Prismere.
Iggyveld?
Yes. I will
Interesting
type.
name.
I will write that for you in your one-on-one chat.
I was typing in names as well, thank you.
You're good. I will type that for you.
So Prismir, Zabilma, and Iggyveld.
Yes, Zabilna is, and your history was not high enough, but you also were touched by a magical cat that gave you the information. So, Zabilna, you know, is who the group is trying to find. She's gone missing, and several people are trying to find out what happened to her.
Mm-hmm.
Mephistus, Mephistopheles, technically, is bringing up that there might be a danger. A woman named Iggyveld might be there. So they're separate people. And let me just make sure I typed it correctly. Here we go. This is how you write Iggyveld. And I
Oh
have
yeah,
all
that's
caps
so
on.
wrong.
But yeah, he essentially warns you to be careful that a powerful being known as Iggyveld was last seen there. And again, he'll kind of circle you kind of tightly, not giving you the chance. You're not turning with him at this point. He'll kind of pause and go, if I remember, she had dealings with someone in the abyss, a lover of someone there. If you manage to find her, let me know.
I can
use
certainly
that.
do that.
Very good, Belmourn. Very good. Any questions before I send you on your way?
Where are we? And why am I here?
Oh, you're actually out cold. I've saved you from dying and going splat on the floor. But, you're passed out at the moment.
Did I miss something? The cat just sneezed and... Is that all it took? What is this cat?
The cat, I'm not quite sure. Its form hides itself from me, but seems
From
to
you?
be some... Yes. It's rather annoying. But it seems to be some sort of deity. But he sent you to a different plane. You'll awaken in that plane.
Do we know what plane so I can be prepared in case something might go wrong?
Necessarily, I don't believe you'll come to any harm. But it is a Feywild demi-plane.
Ah. Don't get uppity. Got it.
Just be the good boy you are, and it'll be fine.
You know me.
Yes, I do. You're far too clever for your own good. But it's why I like you. Now, you should try to find your way back to your friends.
I don't believe I've gone to a Feywild demi-plane before. Would you have any ideas on what I should look for to get out?
Powerful sorceresses, sorcerers, anything with teleportation might be able to assist you. Those beads and hell signal to Luisa's beads that you do have will not assist you. They don't work cross planes.
That's inconvenient, but fair enough. Well, I'll figure it out from here then.
You know what you need to do to call on me.
As always.
And he will slowly fade out into the starlight, leaving you alone for a brief moment before you feel like you're falling again. And you know when you're falling and you need to wake up? You wake up this time. And I forgot about the camera again. Hold on. I was so ready with everything except for the goddamn camera.
Did I
Haha.
just show up in Oz? What is this?
As you wake up, you are flat on the ground, like laying down on the ground. There's not a scratch on you. There is no damage. You hear birds chirping. Um, and the world around you is incredibly bright. Beneath you is a yellow brick road, and you can smell tulips and different floral scents around you. Um, but that's about all. You can you can now go forth as you see fit. Tell me what you want to do.
I'm going to slowly get up, looking around, trying to take in my surroundings.
Ignore the fairy
Um,
next to you. She's not real. She is my camera.
I mean, she would belong, I guess. Uh,
That's why the camera's a fairy.
this is my Navi. And
Essentially, yes.
I'm gonna just sort of step around, look around, see what's going on, see if I can identify any landmarks that may be of use, any wizard towers, whatever might be around. I have no idea where I am. I mean, I guess I know the general plane, but
Yep.
that's about it.
To your left, as you see the opening within the shrubbery, you see an apple tree over here. It is what seems to be an apple tree. You see a field of what seems to be corn, tulips, and lavender, with a scarecrow just lazily hooked up on it. Um,
Hmm.
there does not seem to be any crows about. He seems to be doing his job.
Gonna nod at the scarecrow as if it's like a person to appreciate and just like give him a little nod, a little smile. And he's gonna just start walking down the yellow brick road. See where it leads him.
As you
Awfully
continue
convenient I
on,
landed on a path.
thanks. You can pause right there. As you come up to the left, there seems to be a beautifully decorated cottage. Um, and hold on, real quick. A beautifully decorated cottage. Um, uh, Flowers in different hues of pink, blue, and purples all decorate the garden up front. And the fence, because you had seen fence beforehand, but it looked like just normal farm fence. But this fence up near the front of this little house is covered in roses, just absolutely bespeckled in roses. It's very grandiose.
Hmm. Taking in the sights, just looking around. He's going to approach the fence and he's not going to reach for anything, but he's going to like lean in to try to get a little sniff of one of the roses and just enjoy the moment.
Okay.
And this being a cottage, he's going to look to see if maybe there's signs that anyone might be around.
Okay. You can keep on moving through. Are you looking in front of the house?
I'm looking in front, I'm looking like at the cottage, see if there's any windows with signs of someone walking around.
Give me an investigation since you're like actively looking for something.
21.
All right, with the 21, you see that the gate over to your right is open. Doesn't seem to be movement in the house, but there is like a light that you can see on. But the
Hmm.
gate seems to be open. And as you turn the corner, especially with such a high roll, I'm just going to give it to you. If you look to your automatic right, you see a woman. She seems to
Oh,
be in her 30s. Stark blonde hair, curls, uh, big pink ball gown, just casually sitting, seeming to be enjoying tea, apparently waiting for somebody else. A small tiara upon her head, as you catch a glimpse of her.
upon seeing this woman, he is going to take a step just to the edge of the road, and he's going to give a little wave and just go, "Excuse me, I'm horribly lost. Would you mind helping me out?"
She will pause and look over at you, and this will be her die. Whoop, that rolled off the table. Okay. Um, she'll kind of perk up and look at you. Well, you're not who I was expecting. Well, however can you be lost? You're on the Yellow Brick Road, darling.
Well, I don't know where the Yellow Brick Road leads to. I've sort of fallen into this area, and I was not here about 2 minutes ago. I'm not
Hmm,
really sure where I am or how to get out.
why? You're in Oz, silly. You've got fairy wings. Oh, my, you must be from somewhere else. Now, are you. Hmm. Oh, that's curious. You have magic on you. No wonder I couldn't tell you're from elsewhere. Now tell me, are you a good wizard or a bad wizard?
Well, I'm not sure if the term wizard officially applies to me. It's a bit of a complicated situation. I like to think of myself as being quite good.
Hmm. Well, why don't you come over for a snack or something? You look absolutely peckish. I'm sure my friend won't mind. Come, come. And she will
That
sit
sounds
down.
delightful.
She will sit down and automatically start pouring you tea.
Well, he knows the rules. If offered gifts, then he must oblige.
Someone did not teach you the rules well, but I'm gonna go with it.
I read the pamphlet.
Good. She'll pour your tea. Now, what is your name, darling?
My name is Belmourn.
Belmourn. Lovely. I'm Glinda the Good, Witch of the North. Nice to meet you, darling.
Likewise, thank you.
Now, tell me, cream, sugar?
Ah, both, please.
And she will put 2 lumps of sugar, little bit of cream when you say when. Um, and she will cut a slice of cake, put it forth to you. It looks like a strawberry chantilly cake.
Hmm.
So tell me, you say that you're good.
I hope so. I assume it's all a matter of perspective to everybody.
And that's hold on, because I need this little dice roller I have, so I'm gonna use this. Um, she's gonna just kind of twirl her teacup yes, it is a matter of perspective. Now tell me, where do you come from?
Oh, I come from far away, I believe. I don't think I'm from this plane of existence,
Hmm.
I guess.
Would you say you're not in Kansas anymore?
Where is Kansas?
Hmm. It's a town on the west side of Faerun in the material plane.
Ah, I see. Well, I'm certainly from the material plane.
Hmm. So you're not too far, just our parallel. You know, Feywild and material opposites, mirrors of
I
each other.
do. I do. I have read such things, but I've never actually had the pleasure.
Well, yes. So tell me, why do you have dark magic in you?
It's a very long story, not a very pleasant one. Would you care to know the details? It may be a little unsettling to some.
Hmm. Well, I do have guests coming, so I don't have long. However, you do know that your heart is too gold for that.
I'm not sure I understand the meaning.
You've been nothing but devoutly pleasant since arriving, and you seem to be quite mannered. It's quite a surprise to see bad magic running through you. Well, not bad magic. You know, it's all perspective, as you said, but there is an evil that runs through it. You should be cautious.
Oh, I try to be.
Well, where were you before here?
I was at a carnival called the Witchlight.
Oh, I know of it.
Fantastic. Would you happen to know how to get back? I have friends there that might be confused about my sudden disappearance.
Oh, absolutely. I have something over my cottage there. This is my summer home by Munchkinland, you know. And I do have something over there.
Sir Munchkinland got me.
I've been doing so well keeping it together, too. Like, oh. Hold on, I gotta get the teacup back in hand. Oh. This is actually a dice roller, funny enough. It's got like resin in it to like
I love it.
roll dice with the little spoon.
That's
Oh,
great.
Oh, absolutely. I know the Witchlight Carnival's at Bilna. Oh, it used to run through here, but we've been cut off from Brismere for quite some bit. The carnival hasn't come by here and oh goodness. Maybe over 12, 20 years?
Cut off, you said?
Yes. I believe the hags are trying to encroach on the other demi-planes of the Feywild. Neverland has been cut off as well. It's been quite of a problem.
Interesting. Now, the name you mentioned, though, Sibilna, she is someone my companions are hoping to find. She seems to have come up missing.
Oh yes, I haven't had her for tea in about the same amount of time. But time works differently in material plane versus my plane, as you know. Time is very
Of course.
funny. Oh, but no, I haven't had her for tea in quite some time. Maybe I should be concerned. You know my friend
I'm not sure.
Elphaba. Oh, she was warning me about it, and I kept ignoring her and telling her, "Oh, it's fine, Elfie. It's not a problem." Maybe it's a problem.
It might be. I'm very new to this. I only just arrived at the Witchlight Carnival maybe an hour or two before I got here, so it's all fresh.
Well, sitting around here won't help you then. Why don't you go ahead and you go into my cottage and go ahead, There is a pair of shoes that I believe might be able to help you. But my door, it's locked. The door is locked, plain as can be. To pass, you need the right key. Search all the rooms 3, but be wary for tricks can follow thee. So, go on, dear.
Oh, okay. If it's all right for me to enter your home,
Yes.
then I. Okay. Well, thank you very much. I do want to note during all of this, Belmourn kept getting very close to taking a sip or to having a bite, and then we'll get into the conversation. We'll set it back down. He never actually consumes anything, but he does get very close. Like he's being polite and trying to eat, and being like, "Oh."
Good. And she'll kind of go, don't forget the warning. Do come back with the shoes. I'll explain how they work in a moment.
Okay, thank you so much. He's going to set the snacks down and get up and go have a look-see over by the cottage. I'm already forgetting the details of that warning.
I'll read it one more
Something
time.
about
The door is
something
locked,
about
plain as can be. To pass, you need the right key. Search in all rooms 3, but be wary for tricks can follow thee. As you walk into the garden gate, you see that there's actually a fountain that is just glowing in ethereal bubbles. It's not water, it is bubbles. Different plants kind of glow and react as you walk in. It's a very lively garden. And the door, it's like one of those hatchback doors that kind of opens and, the top opens along with the bottom. You have to pull the right level to open through, but it is open as you approach.
As he's walking through here, he will absolutely have his book out in hand, and he will be jotting down descriptions of what he's seeing because this is so cool to him.
Question, are you using your normal ink for this?
Yes, I'm using my
Okay.
normal ink for this.
Okay, fantastic. Yep, you can totally do that. You can take your time.
So he's just looking over the bubble fountain, maybe doing like a very, very rough sketch because he knows he's in a little bit of a hurry. But this is really interesting, and he needs to at least try to remember the vague appearance so he can maybe get better details down later. He's describing the plants and how they react to him walking by, and just the colors and how amazing everything looks. And then he's going to start heading towards the cottage.
All right, just go ahead and walk on through. And one moment, please. Beautiful. Let me get the camera to follow you. Do you walk in fully?
I take a step in and
Okay.
stop right at the entrance.
Okay, right at the threshold.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, continue. You're good. As you walk in, it is high ceilings. It is a very warm and inviting pink rug that lines the whole entryway. There seems to be a door to your left and a door to your right, and the door all the way at the end of the hall is open. And that's about all you can see. It is decorated wooden walls. There seems to be wallpaper in different various circles and shapes. It looks very asymmetrical 1920s kind of thing. And there seems to be various pictures of the woman you just met with different people, including a green woman.
A what woman? It cut out?
A green-skinned woman.
A green-skinned woman. You are having fun with this.
Yeah. I'll tell you more later, but yeah. At the moment, yeah.
So, remembering that she mentioned that there could be traps following me. Um, he is, or tricks, I believe. He is going to very carefully scan the walls around him, scan the floor in front of him, and
Okay.
as he approaches, he's going to be very careful about each step, sort of giving him enough time to take a step back in case putting his weight down seems to feel different on this step compared to the previous one.
Okay.
And he's going to start approaching, and he
And
remembers.
as you step there, you hear a door lock behind you.
He's going to sort of close his eyes for a second, just go, that's one.
Okay.
He's going to examine the doors next to him,
Okay.
both the right and the left.
Um, both doors seem to be ornate wooden doors. They seem to they're expensive. I'm not gonna lie. These are not like the doors we have nowadays. These are like nice pine doors. They have these beautiful curved handles with little swirls in them. And you know how the older doors had those like metal hinge things that kind of held them together, add like some sort of strength. These are like golden with little swirls on them, kind of matching the handle.
Hmm. And this is both of them. They look the same.
Yes, they do look the same.
Hmm. Looking at the bottom of each door, is there a light coming from one or both?
There is a light coming because it's a light. I'm not gonna make you roll for that, but looking at them, there is a light coming from the one over here, and it's also the light you saw from outside.
Gotcha. He's going to approach the door that has a light coming from underneath, and he's going to knock 3 times.
Okay. And the door opens at the knocking.
He's going to approach the threshold, being very careful as he steps, and he will poke his head in before stepping all the way in and just give a quick, is anyone in here?
As you poke your head in, you realize that this is the kitchen. Marble floor. Beforehand, you have been stepping on like decorated, like herringon, like the really nice oak floors, like the expensive shit, the one you get in like the Victorian houses.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this is marble, etched patterns, kind of portraying more of like a herringbone kind of thing on the ground. Very ornate. There is an ornate dining table in the middle with beautiful chairs, and you see that there are magical sigils um, that are on the counter, as well as fruits, vegetables, breads, and cake.
Hmm. He's going to sort of raise an eyebrow at the sigils. From this distance, is it reasonable he would be able to make out the details of them?
You can give me an investigation with disadvantage though, because you're not that close.
Yeah.
You're kind of far.
9.
9. No, without getting any closer, you can't really figure out what they do, but you do know that you need to touch it to activate from what you can tell at this distance.
Gotcha.
Also on the
Belmourn's going to give a
table,
little. Hmm?
I
Sorry.
forgot this part. On the table is a bouquet of fresh cut flowers and a box of open chocolates. Forgot about that. That's right in front of you too, so I had to give you that.
Yeah. He's going to sort of nod, acknowledge the sigils, and then he is going to reach out, take the door handle, and close it as he steps back into the hallway.
Okay.
And he's going to go to this door and do the
Okay.
same. Going to give a knock 3 times.
All right, and with the 3 knocks, that door does open as well.
Oh.
This room, are you poking your head in?
I am poking my same as before, poking my head in.
From your current viewpoint, are you like poking your head in and like doing one of these?
Essentially, yeah, like I'm just foot just outside the threshold, head looking in, and giving a "is anyone in here?" Doesn't want to intrude even though he has permission.
As you poke your head in, you can tell this is maybe a guest room. It is decorated, again, that wood paneling at the bottom. The top seems to be black and green, more triangular designed wallpaper. The carpet is a lush green, and it seems to be dark wood furniture in here. On the bed, it's neatly made, and there seems to be a witch's hat on it.
Gotcha.
Oh, and there is a desk with several different books, one of which is open.
That's too tempting. He's going to say out loud, "If it's all right, I'm coming in." And he's going to walk very carefully into the room. As he does this, he's going to sort of peer back at the doorway that he just walked through to see if it closes like the front door did. And he's
It
going to make
does
his way
not.
over to this desk.
Alrighty.
Good. Without
Which,
touching it, he
okay.
is going to look at the open book.
Okay. 2 questions. Let's give me an. What are you looking to decipher from the book? Just what it says?
At first, it's just curiosity to see, ooh, what's this? What you reading? What's in this page?
Okay, so let's give me an investigation then.
I hate when the die does that. I got a 4. It landed on the 4, and instead of turning, it just spun perfectly circular.
As you look over, you can't make out what it says. It seems to be runes and sigils in a way that investigation was not high enough to tell you anything about it. But you can tell it's got some type of magic. It has to do with magic.
Mm-hmm. Okay. He's going to keep doing that by accident. He's going to walk to the edge of the desk here, and again, without touching them, he's going to look at the spine of the books to see if there's any details about the title. If there's not one at the top on the top book, he doesn't want to disturb anything while he's in here.
Let's give me an investigation with advantage.
16.
16. The bottom one is the magical history of Oz. And the top one is spells for everyday animals.
Okay. I heard a cat. Walking over here, You said this was a dresser?
Yes.
Okay. He'll sort of just look it up and down, and then approach this door, and just
Yep.
as before, 3 knocks.
This door does not open.
He's going to pause for a moment, put his ear to the door, and he's going to try the handle,
The
just to
handle
see if it moves.
does move.
Okay. So, is it like a push down, or is it like a knob?
It's a
Push down?
yeah.
Okay. He's going to pull it down and very gently open the door a crack, just enough to sort of look into.
Oh.
And as
Oh.
before, ask,
No, I accidentally closed the door because I was trying to move
Oh.
the camera.
And yeah, he's going to sort of crack the door open, peek his head in, see if there is anything going on. And as long as it seems like he's not intruding on anyone's space, he will continue to open the door.
It is a bathroom.
Very glad he was careful with it.
As you peer in, it seems to be the bubble bath is full. Like the bath is full. There's bubbles all over it, but there is no one in here.
Gotcha. Okay.
And the bubble bath is glowing with an effervescent light. Iridescent light, not effervescent. Effervescent is soda.
He's gonna be sort of enamored by the colorful bubbles, like he was with the fountain. He's then going to realize what kind of room he's staring at, and the fact that it is a full bubble bath, and he's going to give like a little panic and be like, "Oh, just like do a double take to make sure no one's actually in the tub." And he's going to say out loud, "I'm coming in, if that's okay."
There is no
He's going to take a
response
step.
as you speak.
Excellent. He's going to take a step in. Going to give just a little bit of a look around.
The marble in this room is just as fine as it has been. This house obviously belongs to a bitch with money. Like clawfoot tub, porcelain, just absolutely grandiose. There is a full body mirror, like bigger than the sink, that actually goes over on either side, so like you can step back from the sink, step to the side, and still look at your like full body. Great for selfies.
Jeez.
And there's even like a working toilet. It is absolutely divine. The walls in this room, again, that paneling is a little higher, and it's in white in here, and the top is like a serene teal.
This is by far the fanciest bathroom this man has ever seen in his life.
This is the fanciest
just a
bathroom
little-
any of us.
Yeah. Seeing another door, though, he is going to approach and give it the old 3 knocks.
This one does not move.
Like before, he's going to put his ear against it, see if there's any sound, and he's going to try the doorknob, or door handle.
And you'll hear the sound of the locking. It is locked. You cannot move the handle.
Okay. Okay. Then he is going to start walking back. And let's see. He's gonna walk over here and take a quick look under the bed, see if maybe there's some shoes under there.
Okay. As you look under, let's give me an investigation.
9.
With a 9, there doesn't seem to be any shoes. It seems impeccably clean.
Okay. He's going to stand up and he's going to take a look at this hat.
Okay. How do you look at the hat?
He's really not wanting to move things around, but he's curious about this. Because it doesn't look like something that she would necessarily wear, based on everything he's noticed. He's going to sort of just tap it. Just like tap the
little peak?
Yeah. Or maybe like halfway down, give it a little tap, see if it's a
If it
regular
moves.
hat, see if it reacts, see if it's, yeah.
Yeah, let's give me a perception.
God damn, this guy is dense in this realm. That's an 8 for perception.
It kind of moves a little when you tap it.
Just a hat. Okay. He's gonna tip it up just a bit, see if there's sorry. See if there's anything under it, like a key.
And there's a key.
There's a key under the hat?
Yep. As you pick it up, it is a long, slender golden key with almost like a stained glass, a little knob at the end in what seems to be a poppy flower.
He's going to be a little impressed with himself and give like a little wiggle, like, hey, I found a key. And he's gonna set the hat back down just as he found it, -1 key, and he's going to step back into the room with the locked door, and he's going to investigate the door a little bit closer, see if there's anything resembling this poppy or any patterns like the key have.
Okay. Well, it's the same handles I've been kind of describing, and it's got like the little keyhole. It looks like it could fit. Give me an investigation to see what else you can discern. Discern.
Nat 20. He finally is locked onto something.
Finally. You can tell that while these keys are incredibly similar, this key doesn't go to this door. That the design around this keyhole seems to have bubbles on it.
Looking at the tub, makes sense. Gives a little nod. And he's going to step back out of the room and go back towards... Actually, he's going to go to this door and take a peek. Oh.
Thank you.
Oh,
the
your camera
just has... Yep. Wait, listen.
Listen.
My little camera. Sorry about that.
He's gonna check the keyhole for this door as well.
For which door?
For this front door before he even touches it.
This door is open.
Oh, this door's open. Never mind.
Yeah, you can step on through.
Okay. Well, he was a little careless with this one. He didn't check if he was allowed.
Oh, you just walked right in?
Yeah. Ah, shit.
As you walk in, let me describe the scene real quick. Beautiful paneled walls again. There's a theme. Heavy oak floors, beautifully patterned. The walls here have dark pink florals all across on the wallpaper. Above are these crystal chandeliers that look like little bubbles and little flowers. Immediately in front of you is a small mahogany table with, I heard the cat this time too. It's part of the
Oh no,
audio.
that was an internal thought. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I heard the cat. There is a bookcase that seems to be in the corner, chock full of books. Bouquet of roses is there to your left. A lit fireplace in front of a gold and pink rug and dark pink couches, armchairs, a lamp with a, turned on, emitting a pink light. However, as you step through, the doors swing open and you hear locks click. The fire roars to life, and a voice, not sounding like the woman you spoke to, speaks forth. Some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice. From what I've tasted of desire, I hold with those that favor fire. But if it had to perish twice, I know enough of hate to say that ice is also great and would suffice.
Moments I really wish I didn't have ADHD.
It's okay. I'm going to copy and paste it for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Sorry, I'm
I
giving
tried
you
also
riddles.
typing down as you spoke, just like a shorthand, and then just completely lost it.
It's quite all right. Whenever you need something like that, you let me know. I accommodate. But I'm also going to take a bite of my sandwich.
How dare you? He's gonna sort of take one step back, and try, not facing away from the room, just reach back with one hand and give a little triple knock on the door he just came through, just to see if anything happens.
Nothing happens.
Okay, then he is just in here, and he's going to assume he's supposed to be. He's gonna start checking everything.
As you approach this table, let's give me a perception.
7.
As you approach the table, you notice a bottle of blue liquid. That's all you can discern with that roll. And a gold key. And that is short and stout. That's all you can discern with that roll.
Belmourn's going to, with the back of his hand, gently touch the blue bottle to see if it's cold.
I'll give it to you. Yeah, it's cold. It's fucking freezing.
Okay. He's going to weirdly do the same with the key.
Okay. As you touch the key, it is just a solid key. It's cold because of the ambient temperature and because it's metal. But yeah, it's kind of cold.
Okay. He is going to carefully pick up the key. He's going to inspect this door over here.
Okay.
To see, give it a little knock, assuming it's going to be locked, but still give it 3 knocks just to check.
And nothing happens with the 3 knocks.
He's going to look at the keyhole, as he did with the bathroom.
Investigation.
$19. I'm really good at looking at keyholes.
Yeah. As
Oh god, is he nearsighted?
There's an optometrist at the Feywild, at the carnival. There's an optometrist.
He might go after this. He's been missing so much detail, just been like, God.
There's an optometrist. You think I'm kidding? There actually is.
I fully believe you. I fully believe you.
As you inspect it, you see that this keyhole seems to almost fit about the size of the first key, maybe the second key. And there are flowers around it with a 19. Seeing as these have no color on them, how about you give me... I'm going to let you choose a history or a nature to see if you can identify the flower around the keyhole.
23 on nature.
They look like poppy flowers.
He's going to look back at the first key that he found, and he's going to try to use it to unlock the door.
Alrighty, as you insert it and turn, you hear as it unclicks and unlocks.
Going to very slowly push the door open.
Alright, are you peering in?
I am peering in. I'm not taking a step yet, but I am peering in.
As you peer in, it seems to be a woman's room. And I'm not stereotyping, but it does seem to be a woman's room. The walls, that light, that medium pine, and then just bright pink versus the dark pink in the room you're currently in. Bright pink, a different ball gown in different shades of pink, and even a couple hues of blue are in the corner. Directly in front of you is actually a vanity covered in makeup. And the bed is neatly done with a doll on it and some different dresses seeming laid out in various shades of pink. That's what you can see at the moment.
As before, he's going to give a little, if it's all right, I'm coming in. And he's going to take I closed the door. He's going to take a step through the threshold.
Open and close the doors. And as you
He's going to leave it open.
As you step in to your left, you'll see a dresser. Jewelry is covering little tiaras, necklaces, various colors, an open jewelry box, and also a massive fucking mirror. Really massive mirror. Just saying.
He's going to sort of look at himself in the mirror from the distance as just we really out here kind of look, nod at himself, and then start looking around the room a little bit more.
Perception.
Am I still blind? Finally, I'm not blind. 21.
So this is probably not for what you thought, but when you nodded at the mirror?
Mm-hmm.
There was a slight delay in the nod.
Oh, shit. He's gonna do a little double take. Like he would have nodded, looked away, and then went, wait a minute. And he's gonna look back, and he's gonna do like a quick hand motion, like a rapid wave, and he's gonna look real close.
I'll keep your previous, but there seems to be a slight delay in it.
He's gonna take a step forward. He's gonna pull out his journal. And he's gonna be like very intentional with his movements, watching the reflection the whole time.
Can I have let's do... Hold on, because I need to figure out if this is investigation or perception. So give me just 1 second.
If it helps, he's testing the reflection. He knows there's a delay, but he wants to see how far this goes.
I'm going to need a perception because you took out the book.
12. My vision's fading.
You can see it reach in and pull out the book, hold it up just like you, but the book almost vanishes, and his hand just kind of waves at you sadly.
For probably the first time this entire time Belmourn's been around, he's gonna lose his smile a bit. And just kind of look a little sad, but also a little concerned, and he's gonna look back at the book in his hand. And sort of make sure that it's still there.
Yeah, your book is there. And believe it or not, the moment that book disappeared from the mirror Belmourn's hand, he stopped smiling too. Like, he stopped smiling before you did. Oh shit, I spooked myself. The neighbors walked by and I was like, oh shit. Sorry.
Belmourn's going to sort of look at the sad reflection of his, and he's going to think for a moment. And rather than writing something like he was going to do, he's going to flip back a little ways in his journal until he comes across an old sketch that he drew of a pseudo-dragon that he met months prior. And he's going to hold the book towards the mirror and sort of point a little bit at the pseudo-dragon and look at it through the mirror in hopes that his reflection follows suit. And he'll give a smile.
His reflection will look at the dragon on the book, and you'll see this Belmourn is actually not mimicking you anymore. He'll kind of turn back and turn to look at you as that dragon actually perches on its shoulder.
Belmourn is going to smile, and he's going to tear up a little bit. Because this little guy was a very short-lived friend from a while back. And he's going to nod at the reflection, and he's going to close the journal and put it back in his pouch. And he's going to talk to it and just ask, "Can you hear me?"
Whap, 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 whap. That fell off. Pardon. The Belmourn in the mirror. Actually, do I want to do that? Yeah, let's do that. The Belmourn in the mirror is going to shrug.
So you made a grin. Does he also show that same grin of like being coy, or?
He hasn't grinned. Okay. You started smiling again, but he has not. And he has a hand on the dragon. Do you get any closer, by the way? Like, how close are you?
If this is any frame of reference, I'm standing about 5 feet from it.
5 feet, okay. So just needed that context.
Yeah, he's very interested in this, but he is wary because, especially now that it's not even trying to mimic his movements anymore, he's not even convinced that this mirror is solid. So he's cautiously curious. Again, talking to the mirror, he's going to say, I'm here looking for a pair of shoes. Are you able to point towards them?
He will nod.
But he doesn't point?
Yeah.
Could you please? He'll shrug. Okay.
You want to give me a persuasion? With advantage, because it's you?
It would help us greatly, and he does say us. We're not supposed to be here, but we are. It's beautiful to see our old friend again, and I hope he stays with you. But if you could please point to those shoes for me, it would help us out greatly.
There's no sound, so I'm going to have you roll me. I hate to continue to do perception. Let's do an insight then.
Okay.
Because this is you, and he's going to speak to you. So you're going to try to read lips.
It's a 9. I probably don't get it.
You only catch the word one. And then you can't tell what the second word is.
He's gonna sort of cock his head a little bit and just go, no chance you could repeat that.
He'll repeat it. So give me another insight with advantage. It's you. You'll repeat it, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Okay, 19.
One favor first is what you can read from his lips.
One favor. Besides bringing us our old friend, what favor do you need?
He's going to hold up his hands, and you're going to see shackles. Shackles that have just appeared. It was not there before, but the shackles connect the wrists, the neck, arms, and the chains actually go off the mirror.
Off the mirror as in beyond the glass? I can see them beyond the glass?
You are too far to see.
But they're not like stretching out from the physical mirror to the physical wall. They're like just border of the glass.
So it's like you're looking into a TV screen almost. So you can't see beyond the reaches of that screen. So like for us right now, you can't see where my arm went.
Right, got you. Okay.
You'd have to step closer to see where that arm went.
He's not going to break eye contact, but he's going to take a step to the side here to try to see further in and see if there's anywhere that chain connects or what have you.
Let's give me a perception with disadvantage, because you actually got farther away from the mirror.
5.
There's a glare. You can only see you.
Makes sense.
And actually, when you step to where you are, it looks like you now. Like, it's your reflection again.
Oh. He's going to gently take a step closer this way, not directly in front, and he's going to sort of look into the corner a little bit to see if this continues to match. At this angle, he likely couldn't see his own reflection, but he wants to see if there's a chain.
At this angle, there's nothing there now.
Not even the room?
Well, the room is there.
Okay.
The room's been the one constant.
Gotcha.
Well, except when you were directly in front of it. You couldn't see anything past him.
Gotcha. Interesting. Okay. Taking a step back, he's going to, because this makeup stand appears to have a mirror in it as well. Standing directly in front of it, he's going to look in front of this mirror and do a wave and a sway.
And there's a delay.
So looking at it, he's just going to go, so all of them. No. Just these two? Not sure. Okay. He's going to step off to the side a little bit. And possibly a little rudely, he's going to sort of lean against the bed frame right here.
Okay.
Just in thought, like back facing the bed, keeping both mirrors sort of like in his peripheral, and he's just going to be stopped in thinking.
Okay.
Because this could be a really dangerous trap.
By the way, as you look up, because, you know, you're there, there's a bubble chandelier above you. Just had to.
Do the reflections of me and the bubbles move? He's gonna take a step over to this door and give it the 3 knocks.
It remains locked and closed.
Trying the door handle.
Locked.
He's going to take the small key that he found earlier, and he's going to see if it fits. He's not even going to check the keyhole, he's just going to see if it fits.
Does not.
Belmourn's going to stop in a moment of thought. His smile is going to fade a little bit as he has this thought. He's going to walk back over to the same distance at the same mirror. And he's going to look at his unreflection. Do you remember our parents?
So when you step back in, it was your normal reflection again for a minute. It was almost kind of trying to mimic you again. As you talk, that's, you know, no smile. Nod, and he holds up the chains. The chains appear again, and he steps back 3 paces, and 2 people step in, chained. So, I'm going to describe the 2 people, if I may. A tall woman, who you very much remember, with white, like blonde, almost whitish platinum hair, down her waist, with pale skin, stands up chained before you. The chain's kind of like hands covered, mouth gagged type situation. The man beside her, you know, he's only he's a couple inches shorter, I will say. But he has bright green eyes, and shaggy black hair. Um, he has weathered skin tone. You know, obviously has spent a good amount of time working outside. Again, bound, chained, and the two seem to be chained together as well. Hey, Belmourn, say hi to your parents.
Belmourn's going to have a moment of subtle anger. Because now he trusts this even less. He's going to make eye contact with both false parents, and then he's going to look between them where his unreflection was.
Perception on him.
Nine.
There is, do you know anything about theater masks? Do you
Like the comedy and tragedy?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He has the tragedy mask on, half of it. So half is a smile. The other half is the tragedy. Well, actually, reverse that. I apologize. There is no smile, then the other side is the comedy. I switched them in my brain. Apologies.
Gotcha.
So, comedy mask on one side, so it's that big smile, and then the other side is obviously crying, like unhappy.
Belmour's going to almost ignore this. And he's just going to look straight at his face. Who owns you?
I don't think I ever asked you this out of character, so are you okay if I roll with it in game and we can retcon if need be?
Sure.
As you ask that, not only on you, but in the mirror, a sigil burns itself. It's usually hidden. Nobody can see it. But a sigil shows up right on your neck, plain as day. And it's Mephistopheles's. And the mirror turns its neck to show you that same sigil. And yours burns. You can correct me if you don't want to go that route, but...
No, that... I like the answer. That's an interesting answer. He's going to nod, sort of force the smile back on his face, and he's going to walk out of the room. He's going to take some slow steps over to the couch in front of the fireplace.
Okay.
He's going to check over it just a little bit, make sure that there's nothing important there. And he's just going to sit down for a second.
Oh, go for it.
Just going to have a sit.
There is a book sitting on the couch. You checked the couch, right? That's what you checked?
Yeah, just to make sure that I wasn't going to sit on something like in the dead center.
No, there's a book there. And if you look around, I'll give you this. There is a decanter of water as well, just sitting on the little end table.
Mm-hmm.
So like a nice big decanter full of water.
He's just gonna look into the fire for a moment and just watch the flames dance. sort of process the reflection, because it's eating at him now. He's also going to put his hand over his face, like make contact and just sort of like touch his eyes, touch his nose, touch his mouth. Just make sure he's him.
Yep. I want to say an insight, but it's you. You are you.
Mm-hmm.
You
I'm not
are
missing
you.
facial features, basically.
No, you are not
Okay.
missing any facial features.
He's gonna sort of rub at his neck a little bit from where it was burning. And you said on the table next to the decanter, that's just a lamp, right?
That's just a lamp emitting pink light.
Okay. He's gonna get up and step closer to the fire.
Okay.
And he's gonna put a hand close to it to see how warm it is.
It is, from what you can feel, it is standard fire. It's warm.
Okay.
But why don't you go ahead and give me... Actually, let me see your passive perception. Yeah, it
12.
passes. And you're at eye level. There is a jar of what seems to be like something red and almost vibrant on top. Because it's a chimney, so it's got that chimney ledge. There's a jar there among like the it looks a little out of place among like the flowers, the picture of Glinda, you know, on the mantle, you know, her diploma, all that.
This will make him chuckle a little bit and sort of bring him back to, I guess, reality. He's going to turn to his right, and he's going to walk back over to this table, and he's going to pick up the cold blue bottle. Or vial. How did you describe it?
It's a bottle. It looks like a little...
Bottle?
It's a bottle. It's pointed at the bottom and points at the top. It's like a diamond-shaped bottle.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, he's going to pick it up. And he's going to bring it over to the fireplace and just hold it in front. He's not going to put it in the fire, but he's just going to sort of hold it in front and see if it makes any change.
Okay. Give me Arcana. Bless you.
Sorry, I had to fight to find the mute button before that hit.
It's okay.
16 Arcana.
You don't seem, you don't see any changes, but you also don't think this should go here. Something's telling you that almost as if should this be your choice, it goes elsewhere.
He's going to come over and set it down next to the decanter at the table. And actually sit in this chair to continue thinking with the jar next to him. From having a cold object near heat, is there any condensation on the bottle?
Oh, there is some condensation on the bottle, but it's quickly freezing up.
Is it corked? Or is it just an open bottle?
Waxed. So it's waxed and sealed.
Interesting.
red one on top of the fireplace also is, wax and sealed.
He's gonna pick up the decanter
Okay.
of water.
Okay.
And with that, he's gonna bring it over to the fireplace and put it on top, matching the other side of where the fire, the other jar is.
Okay.
And he's just gonna look at it.
Okay. Give me a perception.
Sorry, I hit the wrong button. 19.
You notice that there doesn't seem to be any changes, and again, you get that nagging feeling, almost as if, somewhere in your soul, like somewhere in your brain, that, oh, this doesn't go here.
He's gonna pick it back up. He's gonna put the decanter back where he found it.
Okay.
And he's gonna check out the puts it back down. He's gonna check the jar. I keep wanting to say an urn, but he's gonna check the jar.
This one up here is a jar. As you pick it up, why don't you give me an Arcana? Are your rolls bad?
I got a nat 1.
Boy, is this warm! Do you know if it's from the fire or from the jar? You can't tell.
He's gonna pick it up. Sorry, I'm really sniffly.
No, it's okay.
If it doesn't burn him, he's gonna pick it up.
Okay.
And he's gonna walk over and he's gonna pick up the cold bottle.
Okay.
And he's gonna touch them together, edge to edge, or surface to surface.
Okay.
And just see if anything happens.
Nothing happens. However, let's give me an Arcana.
$21. Thank you.
You get the feeling that, based off the riddle you had been given before, which I'll repeat, some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice. From what I've tasted of desire, I hold with those that favor fire. But if it had to perish twice, I know enough of hate to say that ice is also great and would suffice. You get the feeling that there seems to be magic emanating from both of these jars, equivalent to the magic that quickly locked those two doors. And ironically enough, so does the decanter. You can kind of get a vibe that any of these versus the door could maybe unlock it. And by verses, I mean literally verses.
He's gonna carry both the fire and ice jars, as I'm just going to refer to them as.
Okay.
over to this door that he has yet to try.
Okay.
And he's going to use the warm one, hot one,
Okay.
and just sort of touch the door with it.
You feel that the fire in it seems to respond. There seems to be more movement in the jar, and the door almost kind of shakes a little bit.
He's going. I assume this has the same like downward pointing or downward moving
Yep.
handle.
Yep.
While holding the hot jar against the door, he's going to use the cold jar to push down the handle. He's not going to put him down.
Can I have a dexterity saving throw?
Oh shit! All right. 14.
You feel resistance, but you're fine. You feel resistance as if whatever magic is on the door did not like, both at one spot. So you get thrown back a little, about a step or two, but you take no damage.
Gotcha. Keeping the fire one off, he's going to touch the ice one against the door as well to see if it has the same tremble.
Okay. And it does have the same tremble.
He's going to delicately, with the ice one, use it as a knocker and give it 3 knocks.
How hard? Actually, give me a strength. How hard?
He will be trying to be very gentle with it, just enough to make a sound.
All right.
And that is a 6 for strength.
Fantastic. Give me a second. Oh.
I don't like when the DM says, oh.
Did you say 6?
A 6 strength, yes.
Give me a second. Give me a second. I have to roll this. Never mind. Okay. As you're knocking on the 3rd knock, it shatters. It like absolutely shatters. You are okay enough that it does not cut your hand, but you actually see something really interesting happen. The liquid inside seems to seep into the edges of the door, and it seems to spread and hum quietly as it unlocks. The door is frosty, but the door unlocks.
Someone's going to feel really guilty that he just broke something in someone else's house.
Did you know that bottles have 1d4 for how fragile they are?
No, I figured it was full of ice, so it would have like more resistance.
It was a potion.
Shit. Okay, well, he's gonna... Did you say the door opens or just unlocks?
Unlocks and you hear it unlock.
Okay. He's gonna try the door handle and slowly creak it open.
Alrighty, go ahead. You can do the honors. Oh, wait.
Okay.
Camera, follow.
Oh, yep, you're a little Navi.
And as you step in fully, you
This is
can
familiar.
Yep, you see the kitchen. However, as you have fully stepped in this time versus last time, all of a sudden, falling from the sky, I did not make tokens for this because I refused to. There are flying keys that just come out from the high banister ceiling. Just a bunch of flying keys. They don't seem to be hostile, they're just all shapes, all sizes. I can't tell you more because you gotta roll for me. But yeah. I love you. Message Newt, I think Runi hates me.
No, this is interesting.
No, I was making a joke.
Oh.
Huh.
Okay. Are they just like slowly flying around the room?
They're just flying
Or are
around
they
the
staying
room.
mostly in place?
They're
Okay.
flying around the room. And they're kind of high. You'd have to jump to get any of them.
Gotcha. Excuse me, sorry. I am still a bit sick.
You are good.
Recognizing he's back in the kitchen, he's going to approach the counter over here.
Okay.
I get that kind of like puts me on the counter, so I'm going to keep it a little way.
No,
But
that's
I'm
quite
right up
alright.
against the edge of the counter.
Yep.
I assume, based on the image, this is where one of the sigils is located.
Yes. Everything you see on the map exists in this space. I tend to do that.
I like it. He's going to hold his hand out. Not touch it, but he's going to hold his hand out to see if he feels anything.
Okay. Give me an Arcana first. Before you put your hand out.
21.
All right. With the 21, you actually do recognize this sigil. It seems to be one to produce heat.
He's going to take what he now believes to be a potion that is warm, and he's going to set it on top of the sigil.
Okay.
Making me feel like I just fell for a trap.
Oh no, it's a little worse than that. Oh boy.
Oh fuck. I'm trying to fight fire with fire.
Oh. Oh boy. Okay. Trying to figure out how to handle this.
Ah, shit. Can I retract that statement?
It'll be the only one you can tonight.
I made the action. I don't want to be that guy.
Okay. So let's give me a quick perception. You got one round to avoid what's about to happen.
Nat 20 on perception.
As you put it on, you see that the seal activates, and whatever contents inside of this jar begin to bubble. The pressure in this jar seems to build because it is wax covered and sealed. It looks like it might blow.
Belmourn's going to very quickly yoink it away. He has not let go of it. He has placed it down, sees this reaction, yoink.
Give me a dexterity to see if you're quick enough. That's all I'm asking.
Wait, was this dexterity saving throw, I assume?
Give it, because you have the perception, you see it. I want it with advantage. Give me a second, because I'm also doing something on the back end. But yes, give it to me with advantage, because also don't forget you can enchant your dice as long as you don't tell me what your roll was.
Gotcha. Okay, since I did roll once and you're giving me advantage, I'm gonna roll one more time.
Yeah, because I forgot that you rolled pretty high on that perception. You know what's about to happen.
Yeah. That's a 19 on the deck save.
You pull it away really quickly, but I will take away, you'll take 1 point of burning damage, because the jar is already, like, it's hotter than it was before. Before it was like, ooh, a hand warmer. Now it's like, fuck, this is boiling.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Gotcha.
1 day. Yep.
In a panic, now that this is hurting him, with the jar still in hand, he's going to pretty quickly jump to this side, and because of the coloration of this sigil, assuming this is the opposite, he's gonna put that bottle right in the middle.
Yep, and as you put it in the middle, you see that water comes out of the outer edges and seem to engulf this, as well as your hand. So it's like a big bubble of water.
Belmourn's gonna just take like a deep breath and a sigh of relief, kind of blow on his hand a little bit. Does the water retain? Does it just stay there as long as I leave the bottle?
There. Yep.
Okay. Okay. He's gonna look down the rest of the countertop now that that's settled.
So the countertoplets, your perception's high enough. You see there's breads, aprons, lettuce. Again, there are chocolates on the dining room table. But the counter itself is neat. There seems to be very ornate china plates. Because, she be bougie. Bougie with a capital B. And you also see on this counter a key.
He is going to reach over and just grab the key and take a little look at it.
This is an incredibly long and slender key, and it seems to almost have a skeleton at the end of it, like the head of a skeleton.
Interesting. Okay. He's going to pocket that key. And for the time being, he's going to leave that fiery potion right where it is.
Yep.
Actually, looking into the water, has the bottle seemed to change in any way, or is it just wet now?
It doesn't look like it's going to explode anymore.
Yay!
And with your perception, you see little bubbles coming off of the jar, like,
like it's boiling the water.
like it's heating up the water. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. He's gonna walk away from that shit for a little bit. Come back to that later. He has noticed the chocolates a couple of times. He has made the conscious thought, do not eat anything in this house.
I'm glad I can tempt you.
And he's going to step out, and he's going to leave that door open.
Okay. Just tell
He's
the
going to make
Navi
his
where you're
way.
going.
We're going to go back to this room that he doesn't want to be in.
Okay. Have her just...
Okay. Without looking at either mirror, he's going to just walk right on by.
Okay.
And he's going to check the keyhole of this door to see if it has anything to do with a skull.
No. The keyhole around this one is the same as you had before. Bubbles.
Oh. So that leads to the same room. Okay. Just because of the thought of a skeleton key, he's still gonna try it.
Go for it.
Give it a little wiggle, see if it fits.
It does slide in. It does fit, but it does not turn.
Gotcha. Okay. He's gonna turn around and he's gonna check under this bed to see if there's anything under there. Maybe a pair of shoes?
Give me, since you're on the floor and looking, perception with advantage.
$21.
And you find a pair of bright silver pumps.
She never described the shoes, did she?
Nope. But these are the only shoes under that bed. The rest is all clothes.
I want to use identify on the shoes.
Okay. And give me just 1 second to double check what identify does, because I know what it does.
I can read it.
Also... Yes, please.
You choose one object that you must touch throughout the casting of the spell. If it is a magic item or some other magic imbued object, you learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunement to use, and how many charges it has. If any, you learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are. If the item was created by a spell, you will learn which spell created it. If you instead touch a creature throughout the casting, you learn what spells, if any, are currently affecting it.
Jesus fuck. Okay, that's more information than I thought. Okay. As ritual, okay.
As a ritual, yeah.
Okay. So
assume this takes 11 minutes.
You're here a while. So yes, these are magically imbued. For the sake of Glinda having some talk with you after, am I allowed to be vague and I give you more information about this?
Sure. You're the DM.
So, because I want to give you the information you want from the spell, but these shoes seem to have some form of teleportation magic that you have not used before. They also seem to be rather sturdy, even though they're heels. And you learn which spell created it. The item was not created by a spell, but by a being. I think that's the correct answer. But the spell does make it magical.
Gotcha.
How to use it? You seem to think that contact will be how to use it. You're not entirely sure much more, but you do know these are the correct shoes.
Very good. Then I'm going to...
In the future, you will have better identify things. I need you to talk to Glinda, so I apologize.
No, that's fair. That's totally fair. This is a realm he's never been to. Things being a little bit vague, that makes sense.
Also,
like, he's certain there's something to do with teleportation. That's all he needs to know.
Also, I just realized that you did not have a pearl or 100 gold pieces to use that.
I have never played in a campaign that actually used the components before, so I didn't even think about it.
You're good. So I'm going to chalk it up to you using it, not being able to get the full potency of the spell. Deal?
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Cool beans. Okay.
Because I just realized I had to pull it up. Ooh, I have to check yours. Yours have a bunch of these. Ooh.
I have a lot of rituals, yeah.
We gonna have to earn you some money, boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh. Goblin wrestling. Go make bets. Alright. But yes, these seem to be the correct shoes.
Shit. Okay. He's gonna pick them up. And shoes in hand, he's gonna walk back to the center of the room. He's gonna take one step closer and look into the mirror again. And he's gonna hold the shoes up and see if his reflection also acquires a pair of shoes due to the fact that there is a reflection.
The reflection seems to be keeping pace with you this time.
He's gonna move back and forth, do a little sway, wave his hands. Perfectly in sync. He's gonna nod his head. He's gonna get the fuck out of the room. He's going to feel this door.
Okay.
Give it the 3 knocks.
And give me a second, because you broke the ice.
Mm-hmm.
It unlocks and opens.
Fantastic. Okay, then he is going to start making his way towards the front.
And yep, that
try the door.
Is now open as well.
Cool.
Oh wait. Sorry, I was trying to help you. No, please, you're supposed to be opening them. But I was like, let me be helpful.
I didn't know. I want to make sure I'm not like
No, you can if you shouldn't go somewhere, I lock the doors. So
okay, fair enough. Okay. He's gonna just start very focused, a lot less distracted about his surroundings this time. He's gonna step to about right here, and then he's just gonna pause. He's gonna take a very deep breath. Just sort of let out a long sigh, put his usual smile back on his face. And he's gonna walk out onto the road and take a peek to see if Glinda's still over there.
As you take a peek, Glinda is not alone.
Putting back on a... Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, but you are welcome to move about and get closer if you wish.
Gotcha.
But she is not alone.
He's going to take just a single step off of the walkway. And he's going to say, "Excuse me, ma'am. Are these the shoes that you were referring to?"
Glinda will look on over. Oh, goodness, you found them! Very good, you were in there a while. Elfie, this is the boy I was talking about. Isn't he adorable? And beside her, on the other side, you see a woman with bright green emerald skin, long black hair, and a completely, like, I want to say black, but as the light moves, you could almost see kind of an iridescence bending into purples and greens as she moves. And she kind of looks over at you, Belmourn, and goes, I'm sorry about her.
Belmourn's gonna go, no, I should probably apologize. There was a beautiful bottle that was very cold, and I was told something about fire and ice, and I tried tapping a door with the bottle, and it absolutely shattered with very minimal effort.
Oh.
I am very sorry.
You were supposed to. That was my test that she had me put up for you.
Okay, I feel a lot better.
Glinda kind of perks up. Of course! I had to see if you were intelligent enough, of course. Can't be giving things like this to anybody. Or, offering assistance. She'll,
right.
flip
No,
her hair.
I understand. Things could be dangerous in the wrong hands. Could I ask you a question?
Oh, yes.
He's gonna take one slow step forward and just say, why was I in there?
What do you mean, dear?
Well, while I was in there, I was also in there. Is there any reason? At this point, she might be able to tell that his smile is a little more forced than it was previously. He's trying to be very well-mannered still.
Yeah, she's very much like, oh no! Oh, I must have left that on. Did you look in the mirrors in my room, dear?
Yes. And I'm a little unsettled.
Alpha, the other woman will kind of stand. I apologize for her. By the way, I'm Alphaba. I don't think I introduced myself.
It's a pleasure. My name is Belmourn.
Pleasure. I'm the Witch of the West. The mirror is her vain attempt to stay humble. It shows your inner thoughts and turmoils. It shows truth. But it's supposed to be inactive when not in use, Glinda. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't know I was going to have company. Oh, I'm sorry, dear. I hope you didn't get spooked.
He's gonna just almost look past her, like trying to look at her, but his focus kind of fades. And just... It seemed to want to help me in return for a favor. I did not provide any favors, nor did I get any help. But I'm concerned that it seemed to want to be free.
Elphaba will look at you, just deadpan. Do you want to be free? Of whatever it was showing you?
I'm not sure I'm allowed to answer.
Glinda will kind of stand up. Both ladies are now standing. Glinda will kind of stand. And that's all right that you can't answer right now, dear. But there are others that can help you. Should there ever be a time when you have no power and your goodness prevails. Here. And she will flip and she'll have a little wand, which I forgot to bring in here. A little wand. It seems to be like a tiny version of the one she's got in her hand, except it's got little circles. And it essentially looks like a bubble wand. But it's It is long ornate. It is decorated in pinks and purples. And yes, it has the two little bubble wand things. And she'll kind of hold it out to you and go, "Should you ever be without power and alone, just put some water and blow. I'll be there to assist. But be warned, it is just one-time use when you are alone and with no power." I want to spread joy to the world. That is all I ask. And beauty.
When she says "and beauty," he's going to touch one of the scars that he has on his face. And just, not like the sigil, I'm assuming that's now hidden.
No, it's gone. Yeah, it's hidden.
It's gone, yeah. He's gonna sort of touch one of the burn marks and just be like, "I'm not sure how much I can do about the beauty,
Oh,
but I'm very good
sweetheart.
about joy."
Sweetheart, beauty is within. It's what's in your heart. And she'll like walk up to you and like touch your. She'll like walk up and she looks like she's floating and she'll touch your chest. Beauty is within. It's what we spread and give. And then Alphabet in the background just. Don't touch people without their consent, Glinda.
Belmourn's keeping his smile much less forced at this point, and he's gonna kind of glance over at Elphaba and just give like a little look of thanks.
Do you take the bubble wand?
He's going to reach for it, and before he actually touches it, he's going to sort of pull back and go, I'm not sure if I have anything with me that I can offer in return.
Oh,
This seems
no.
like a very grand gift.
No. Do not worry. It's not a gift. It's a way for you to contact me. Again, let me stress. This is not like a date call or anything. You know, this is not late night, I'm lonely, or I need answers. It's more, I'm abandoned and need power. Your heart is too good to stay the course you're on. This is just in case. I hate to see a golden soul like yours chained.
That was a little on the nose.
Thanks.
He's going to reach forward and...
That was in my script.
Mm.
She's not smart.
He's going to reach forward. He's going to assume that was intentionally phrased. And he will very carefully take this wand and say, "Thank you very much. You seem to know a bit more than you may be leading on. That may be good." And he's gonna pocket the wand.
Oh, sweetie, I'm a very powerful witch. We see many things that normal witches don't, just like Sibylla. Right, Elfie? Glinda, you're upsetting him. Could you sit down again? Stop touching him. and Glinda will just, like, touch your cheeks. But isn't he sweet? Toss. And just come back over to the chair for her friend's request.
He's going to take a few steps forward to sort of like join them at the table, just sort of stand there close by. He's going to express gratitude. I feel a lot of relief knowing that part of me is not actually trapped in there. And a lot of relief that I was actually supposed to break that bottle. I don't like disturbing people's things.
Alpha will kind of chuckle. Well, she values beauty and intelligence. She just wanted to make sure you knew what you were doing before she offered up her wand to you. But you could have used either of them, to be honest. Fire or ice would have worked. Hell, you could have used water. And Glinda will give a go. People think she'll melt, so it's a joke.
He's gonna laugh and just turn to her and go like, "Why would people think that you would melt from water?"
They in unison go, people are dumb.
He's gonna sort of stop. You look up a little bit and just like, eh.
Alphabo stand. Some people call me wicked because I decide to speak out and say what I want to say. Sometimes it takes going against the grain to show what true power or true strength is.
I have a lot of respect for that.
Well, I see you're carving out your path. I can't offer what Glinda can, but, and she'll signal to the shoes, I can offer you some help with these.
That would be very kind of you. I could only glean that they have some form of teleportation magic. Normally, I can get a lot more information when I try to investigate something like this, but this felt a little vague, and he's going to sort of set them forward.
Alphabo kind of look at them and go, well, I imagine you don't want to wear heels. So, she'll touch them, and a kind of green smoke kind of envelops them, and as they turn away, they turn into these silvery combat boots with ruby rivets and laces. And the tip is the only like super shiny because it's like a light gray with a slight sheen, almost metallic, but then the tip of it is like silver toe, like steel toe boots kind of vibe. And she'll go, I'm not Glinda, but these I think are a little better for your needs.
He's going to sort of chuckle about the heels thing, be like, well, I'm not very insecure, but I would probably fall over a lot if I tried.
Okay, that's a good one. Oh, I'm here for that. And they will both give you a moment to put on your new shoes, which I will be adding into your inventory now.
Yay.
No, where are they? Hold on. Ah, there we go. There we go. Added onto your equipment. As you put them on, Glinda will kind of be like, now these are very special. You can keep them, a little gift from us. Now, to get home, it's honestly very, very simple. Just click your heels 3 times, think of who you would like to be with, and say there's no place like home. And Elphaba will kind of cover her mouth and go, the spell also works 30 feet, wherever you can see. Click your heels 3 times, don't have to say shit. And you can move about. AKA, she's describing Misty Step!
Hey!
You can use it once per day. But these shoes, get used to the person they're with. They belonged to my sister before a house fell on her. So take care.
It's gonna sort of do like the little like.
It's okay.
Bewildered white guy meme.
It's okay. She was kind of a bitch, but we can, as long as they take care of you, I'd like to see them get some use.
That's very kind of you. I wish I had something to provide in return. This feels like an incredibly valuable gift to be receiving.
Oh, you entertained us. This was the most fun we've had over tea in a long time. We scryed on you the whole time.
I was about to ask if this was entertaining, were you watching me?
She pointed to the water behind us. Behind them.
Ah.
Linda wanted to test you out, see if you could work for her or if you decided to switch around. So,
He's going to sort of glance at her when she says switch around. You both do have a lot of information. Well,
Linda.
I appreciate this very much.
Well, now you really must be going back home to the carnival. We really would like to see our friends at Bilna, and those hags coming up on the edge of Oz through the Winky Country is really quite annoying. Elfie keeps complaining about them. So, it was very nice to meet you, Belmourn. And she'll get up and she'll kiss both your cheeks and kind of, Glinda.
He's gonna sort of like do like a little. It's quite all right. I greatly enjoyed meeting the both of you. This has been more enlightening than I expected. And I hope you don't mind. I like to keep notes about my travels. Would either of you mind if I wrote about you?
Oh, not at all. You can call me Glinda, the Good Witch of the North. Oh, it'd be so nice to have another story written about me. Oh, you material plane mortals are just so fun.
I will say, they're mostly notes for myself. I'm no story writer, but thank you very much for the permission.
Alphaba will pipe up. So to go home, think of a person. Don't think of a place. You could end up anywhere. It's better to think of a person. Someone you care about, someone you can picture easily in your mind. All right?
Very good. I can do that, thank you. Do I. There seemed to be some confusion. Do I need to, to state there is no place like home? Or was that just for fun?
Alphaba is about to speak, and Glinda will cover her mouth. You absolutely do! You must say there's no place like home. You can incite that if you want, by the way.
I'm going to absolutely incite that.
And you can do it with advantage because of Elfie there.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm
It
having fun
didn't
in this
matter.
moment.
It didn't
What did
matter. I got a 7 and then a 4, so.
you think that you might have to because of how oh yes, you have to say it, Glinda's being, but you can see Elphaba like behind the hand like roll her eyes.
From that, he's going to, as he's tapping his heels together, he's gonna look at Glinda and go, "Of course I will for you." And he will state, "There's no place like home," while having a thought of blue in his head.
And as you click your heels 3 times and think of Baloo, um, you actually appear. You see a rainbow as lights cover and around you, and the rainbow dissipates around you as you appear behind Baloo and the rest of the party. And with that, the mini session ends.
Woo! Sorry, it probably took a
Woo!
lot longer to solve that puzzle than you intended.
It did, but also you have 4 keys in your possession now.
Yeah, I was thinking about that as I was leaving, that I didn't give those back.
Yep, we'll get into those. But I'm gonna stop the recording now. This will pick back up. Actually, no, this has got to be its own standalone. So we'll next session. Yay!